my name is Sylvain Rochon. I'm getting people to expand their human experience using cutting-edge technologies. So I'm here every week to talk about such things. This week, or today, I'll be talking about future farms and future foods. Just very briefly, everybody eats and drinks. We all need purified water, like healthy water to drink, and we all need food, vegetables, fruit, a little bit of meat for humans at least, that kind of deal. And it's very basic. Everybody needs it. Not everybody has it. In the developed world, it's not as much of an issue. In the lesser developed world, in the developing world, they call it, much more of an issue. There's about 10% of the whole population that cannot have access, that doesn't have access to safe drinking water. That's a big deal. If you don't have good water, you get sick. If you don't have water at all, of course, over a period of about 2 days, usually you're dead. So that's the most critical aspect. Food, you can sustain yourself with no food for a little while, for a number of days before really getting weak. But it's still an issue, like we need food. So technology around food production and purifying of water should be at the top of our list. And not a lot of people talk about this. In the Western and developed world, farms are pretty automated. Most people don't know about this. There's a lot of automation. Tomato farms, for example, it's fully automated picking most of the time. There's semi-automated picking for most crops right now, in fruits and veggies, and it's getting better and better for horticulture or animal farming. For example, there's a lot of sensors to see what the animals are feeling like. You don't need to go with the thermometer all the time, cow to cow. There's a lot of automation, and it's growing more and more. There's even companies out there that specialize in automating farming across the board. This is available for rich countries and people that have the means to transform, and the infrastructure also, and the knowledge to actually do this. Now, for communities that don't want to depend on centralized farming, like the huge farms, innovation has brought us some really cool ideas. Like I love the company in San Francisco called Farm in a Box. Essentially, it's in a shipping container. They put everything that you need to start a farm, like a 2-acre farm, enough to feed 150 people community, and all you need is 2 acres. So you buy this container, you got all the equipment you need, you got everything you need, you deploy it, everything's inside the box. The box becomes a little shed with equipment and shelter and all that stuff. It's solar powered. It's got everything. You can check out the links below, and you got a farm. So for even in the Western world, some communities that want to decentralize things, it's great. It's also a great idea for communities that don't have knowledge or equipment or access to get a farm going. Well, you can get this box and you get everything in one shot. So in the developing world, that could be a great idea. And this company actually intends to deploy all over the world under different business models. Awesome stuff. But this is fruits and vegetables. And what about water? Water is still an issue. You can dig a well, and of course you can still do that. In a lot of places they have water. It's just not drinkable. It's not safe. Well, there are researchers that have figured out a way, using materials and clever design, for extremely cheaply purify existing water, surface water. It's like a square meter tarp made out of some material. The material itself is $1.60 per square meter. So that's all you need. Plus, there's a little bit of plastic and things like that associated with it. And you're purifying 3 to 10 liters of water a day. I mean, how great is that? You can deploy that everywhere so that everybody can have access to purified water. Most people have water, it's just not safe. Well, put that thing in, it kind of floats on top, it purifies water, you extract the water, you're good to go, your family has enough water for the whole day, everybody can have a square meter, stuff like it probably costs total material about $5 to have, like US. So that's a great way to actually have drinkable water. Awesome. What about meats now? Well, typically you need animals. You need to grow the animals. You need to kill them. And there's all sorts of humanitarian aspects around it. A lot of people have become vegetarians because they don't want to to kill the animals. I mean, I agree. I would rather have my burger from without killing an animal. I'd rather just see them graze and be wild and that kind of thing. But we're not quite there yet. But in 3 to 5 years, we may be there. It is possible to actually, and there's researchers, again, the links are below, that has been done to actually grow in vats. In particular, it's easier with avian meats, but you can grow from cell cultures meats, complete meats, mussels, in vats, and then you can cook and sell them. So you're not growing any animals. I mean, you're growing actually the meat itself, and then you can process and not process, but you can cut it up and serve it. You can even they're saying you can even do it in your own home. A little bit like making your own wine in vats. You buy a kit of a certain types of meats and you grow it. The last attempt that was very successful was 2013. The burger that was eaten was beef, and it took a year to grow for that one patty, and it cost 300,000 euros. 4 years since, there's a lot of research that happened, and now they're thinking about 3 to 5 years from now having commercial cost for meat, lab-grown meats or vat-grown meats available to the consumer. So we can get lots of stuff done. We can get all the food we want at a cheap price, automated or not, or advancements in farming is awesome right now. It's exciting, and those of you who are interested in that field, I mean, everybody needs it, exactly. So there's full of opportunities in all parts of farming and producing of foods everywhere in the world. So go grab your piece of the pie. If you have an idea, go dive deep into it, because it is needed. It's always going to be needed. It's not fad. So anyway, that's going to be it for now. I hope I piqued your interest at the very least. I did write a more extensive blog, which is linked below as well. And if you want me to talk about something specific or share an idea, please comment below. Also, feel free to share, and of course, subscribe to the channel if you want to hear more of these weekly blurbs and shots of information. So that's it for now. I'll speak to you next time. Ciao.